Good morning. The government is planning to raise around €6 billion from its windfall tax on energy companies and banks, so the Budget Minister Maria Jesus Montero said yesterday. The expected revenue is €1.7 billion from the energy tax, €1.3 billion from the bank tax this year. That's €3 billion a year, Montero said. Recently, oil company Repsol lodged an appeal before the High Court against the tax and joined bank and utilities associations in objecting to the temporary levy. Companies had until February the 20th to pay the first half of the instalment of the tax and can now also legally claim it before the tax authorities. Montero said that energy companies had so far paid €817 million in taxes, while the banks had paid €637 million. Spain has detained and fined a Maltese-flagged oil tanker it says discharged oil in open waters near the port city of Tarragona. The Mediterranean and Atlantic coastlines have become hubs for shipping activity, including the transfer of oil, known as ship-to-ship operations, which industry sources say are becoming an increasing safety concern. Spanish authorities said they had intercepted the Largueza after a discharge of hydrocarbons was detected by aircraft sensors and satellite radar on February the 11th. The slick extended over an area of 12.7 square kilometres, the Transport Ministry said yesterday in a statement. It said the vessel was being detained until the owners paid a bail of €100,000. Another vessel was sanctioned last week that authorities said had been working under a Russian flag until July last year, which was in breach of European Union sanctions. Trade in oil and oil products linked to Russia has been complicated by the imposition of a price cap on Russian oil back in December and separate EU measures to prohibit the import of Russian crude and oil products. Spain's biggest television channel dedicated to showing bullfights is to close in a move which animal rights activists claim shows the waning popularity of the blood sport. Canal Toros, which is run by Movistar, will stop transmitting to subscribers from next month. Movistar, which has broadcast bullfighting for 30 years, put the closure down to a new market situation and the emergence of new players. Animal rights groups put the decision to close the channel down to a decline in support for the pastime. And there's good news for air travellers, as from next year, passengers at Spanish airports will no longer have to remove liquids and electronics from their hand luggage during security checks. The 100 millilitre liquid regulation is also to be cancelled. This is thanks to the implementation of new 3D X-ray scanners that can inspect luggage without opening it. From 2024, travellers will be able to carry liquids and laptops in their hand luggage during security checks. Aena will purchase new equipment for this purpose. Madrid's Barajas and Barcelona's El Prat will be the first airports to implement the system, followed by Palma de Mallorca and other airports in the Aena network. These scanners are already being tested at London's Heathrow, Gatwick and Stansted airports. That's the latest from TRE. I'm Bob James.